Today, let's talk about how women just becoming less and less attractive for men, and especially men who are choosing to go their own way and live life according to how they want to live it, not how women want them to live. With every relationship and experience, I've noticed that we learn more and more about the true nature of women. In particular, I've noticed that most women act entitled and expect men to share their time, money, resources, and energy with them throughout their lives, as if this were the only reason men live. I haven't dated in a couple of years. I generally find something wrong with women because I detect the warning flags instinctively, and my thinking brain always takes precedence over my other brain down under. It seems that I'm not the only one who thinks this way. I discovered a mgtow Reddit thread where a ton of other guys expressed the same sentiment. The enchantment of women as it used to be is no longer there. According to a person in the comments, women are just as valuable to mgtow as scuba diving equipment is to a fish. It used to feel special when intimate action was restricted to two individuals during nuptials, and people had to entice others with manners, personalities, and characteristics rather than just how they looked. Men and women used to get along and find each other's personalities, traits, thoughts, and ideas appealing. Physical attraction was secondary, not primary. That has shifted. It appears like a part of me suddenly lost interest in the opposite gender and became completely indifferent to women. When males take the RP and learn about female nature, they begin to question their views, practices, and proclivity to be sole providers for women. This is the civilization that women are creating by treating men in this manner. And this is where women go wrong. They believe that men will continue to fall for them, for their games and manipulative ways, because men lack the willpower to do differently. They believe that males are so obsessed by the desire for intimacy that they will simply kneel down and hop around for women like rabbits to do whatever they want. They could hardly be more wrong. Women will bear the brunt of the effects of this kind of thinking now that males can actively access mgtow on the internet and better grasp the true nature of women. Women so far have been dealing with this by investing more in their appearance, by going all the way in the first dates, and by manipulating guys into thinking they're only after them because of how good they are. However, men now realize that women will always have an agenda behind their actions. And if they meet guys who are well off, financially secure, and genuinely care about them, they will do everything in their power to keep them around and manipulate them into serious, legally binding commitments. They must do so because they believe there are no good men remaining. And the definition of a bad man is someone whose major interest is his own life, not hers. Women expect men to give up their entire lives for the sake of women and to do anything the woman asks of them, at any time and in any place. Guys who are going their own way are becoming more aware of this. They recognize that they will not receive the same level of care and attention from women as women anticipate or feel entitled to receive. So they are better on their own without giving it their all to women who don't even try to meet them halfway when it comes to giving in a relationship. So now, when I meet a woman who's loud, I cannot even imagine spending 2 hours with her. When I meet a woman who carries a luxury designer handbag or some expensive Italian or French heels, I can only think of how miserable life would be if she were my girlfriend or wife, because she would constantly want to buy these ultra-expensive designer bags, shoes, and dresses from the money I work day and night to earn. I can't even imagine the materialistic social circle this kind of woman would have. When I meet a woman who only talks about money, I can just imagine a poor guy as her boyfriend living his life trying to make money and spend it on her. When a woman has a sister who's always required to approve of everything the woman does, I can imagine what it would be like if the sister didn't like me or the person dating the woman. When I think of a woman who's always sharing selfies of herself in exotic locations around the world on Instagram, how long would it be before her man is supposed to spend his money on her tickets and expensive hotels just so she can take the perfect Instagrammable selfie? Female nature is truly revealing if you know how to observe. It reveals everything that went wrong in your previous relationships. It reveals why your ex-girlfriend did what she did. It reveals why the other ex-girlfriend cheated or ignored you. It reveals patterns that you can see in every woman. It helps you connect the dots to see the reality of women and relationships of your past, and those that are around you. And when you truly understand female nature, you realize how useless it is to pursue them, and how fruitless it is to get married. Men stop finding such women attractive after a while. I have. And so have many others. I can bet there are hundreds if not thousands who feel the same. And the reason you don't find these modern women attractive anymore is because you know what lies underneath the makeup, perfume, and physical beauty that they showcase to everyone around them and in fact, the whole world on social media. Once they start going their own way, men start to have moments where they can just predict how a woman is going to act. They know when a woman starts to play her games and starts to test men just to see if the man is going to keep his masculine balance and frame. Men will notice the red flags as soon as the woman shows them. They will know why a woman is doing whatever she's doing because men have been on the receiving end for far too long. They know how it is in the female nature to play games and use up the resources of men from one man to the other. They know there's only misery when it comes to playing these games. And remember, women are very different when it comes to using their manipulative games to get their way with men. For example, a quiet and shy type of a girl will use subtle tactics such as regular ghosting or gaslighting on men to exploit them. They'll make the man wonder what he did wrong to receive this unwarranted treatment. And in between, the girl will be great with him in bed and enjoy the expensive dinner she gets as a reward. But when things don't go her way, she'll start using these tactics again in order to manipulate and influence his thinking and decision-making. It's things like these that make men become indifferent towards women. They realize how they're just random objects for women to have their fun with. After taking the RP, men are not easily manipulated, and this allows them to see the reality behind a woman's intentions from the very beginning. Women, therefore, stop being appealing in the way they used to once. This doesn't mean that men should start liking other men, or that suddenly men have shifted their romantic interests from one gender to the other. It just means they distance themselves from women because they know women don't have honest intentions towards them. Men who go their own way hence start to focus on themselves and in having a purpose-led existence because a man would rather be driven by purpose than by his pursuit for women. And a man who is purpose-driven is instantly more attractive to women. Men used to mature swiftly in the past because they were thrown into battle or a life of savagery where they had to fight monsters and protect their families both physically and psychologically. They were drawn to women, but the ladies of the day were not the same. They were more direct in that they wanted the man with the strongest physical power and social influence to defend them and their children. When humans built systems, structures, and borders between lands, everything changed. Today, it takes multiple heartbreaks, job losses, and the loss and death of loved ones for males to mature. Women, on the other hand, develop earlier through nature and society because they are taught how to manipulate males by other women. They see their mothers, aunts, elder sisters, and friends manipulate men, utilize their resources, and even sell their own bodies for better living standards. Women nowadays desire an independent man, but they don't want him to think like one. And the only way for women to find such a man is to keep the truth about female nature hidden. That is why there are so many counter-movements against MGTOW, which try to portray it as a women-hating organization, which it is not. It's simply a way of life for men who want to live in peace. Remember, MGTOW is more of a wake-up call for males to see the true nature of women and defend themselves against exploitation. So these are some of the reasons why males who go their own way no longer find women appealing and no longer feel that it's worth their time and energy to pursue them. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.